Welcome to Coleman Report Live. I'm Bob Coleman. We're talking Main Street and the small business lenders who help it grow. Jennifer, good to see you. I'm going to get this out right away. Jennifer Blumig of Eventfully Yours.
Yay, nice one. You did it.
I've been working on that all morning. All right, I'm not going to repeat it. I'm going to call you Jennifer. Jennifer, great to see you. You're going to tell us everything that's going on. Lance and Katie, good to start. Hey, this is our Fraud Friday. I got some feedback. Whatever happened to Fraud Friday? So let's get that done now. What did some idiot banker do? I guess I can call him an idiot. Can I call him an idiot? I'm going to call him an idiot. Go ahead, Katie.
Yeah, I think we've kind of skipped it the past couple of weeks because we had so much information. But this week I wrote about a bank executive who worked for Sterling Bank and Trust. She recently, last week, pleaded guilty to originating over 1,288 fraudulent residential mortgage loans. She was kind of pressured, or at least she says in her plea deal that she was pressured by her boss to do this, and he apparently knew about this, although he has not been formally charged yet. So that is something that the police are still looking into, and he probably will get some kind of charges at some point. This is a key information against him with her testifying against this. But basically, she and two other loan officers altered borrower debt-to-income ratios, job titles, employment history, things like that.
What'd she get out of it?
She got quite a bit of money, apparently about $3.3 million in commissions. Her boss also got money from it, given that he owns the company. He's also a minority owner of the Giants baseball team. They assume roughly around $115 million from this as well. And the two other loan officers made about $2 million and another million or so. So all of them earned quite a bit from that.
Yeah, and that's what they got. Where is this institution located?
I believe it's in Detroit, but I could be wrong. She's originally from the San Francisco area, but it looks like I think Detroit is where they're processing it.
Right. Okay. Thank you for that. I mean, it's and yesterday we talked about the Fed's going after every community bank president after TARP. Well, these are significant dollars, and obviously we'll follow a little bit more where you have not only do you have the CEO pressuring people, but they're making a lot of money. So that is an incentive. I guess we have to say alleged conspiracy because he has not been formally charged. Is that correct, Katie?
Correct. This does open it up for him to be charged, but currently he has not been charged with anything. She has pled guilty, and so has two other loan officers, and there's possibly other loan officers involved, but they haven't been able to get names yet for that.
Let's go to great. Thank you very much, Katie. Let's go to the poll question. Will you attend an SBA regional conference this year?
Yes.
1/3 say yes, 50% say no. Jennifer, what do you think of those numbers?
Well, that makes me sad, Bob.
It makes me sad.
Well, I'm hoping that once I get finished speaking, I'm going to ask the question
there
again,
you go.
and we'll have a different answer.
Let's go.
Yeah, so, really, we have some great news. This year looks a lot different than last year. Things are returning back to normal. We have our first true in-person conference coming up August 16th. That'll be in Philadelphia. Philadelphia has really just started reopening, so we expect that by August. We've been in close contact with the hotel. Things are looking up, and we expect a good turnout. So we are a definite go there. We sent an email out last week, and we are, for those attendees who were on the fence, not sure if they should register, is it going to turn virtual? No, it is not going to turn virtual. We are going forward in person for all of our conferences that are on this schedule at this point.
Jennifer, you did a great job of getting SBA's buy-in. Who from SBA will be showing up?
Well, obviously the SBA is still under restriction at this point for in-person, so we are tentatively saying that, Patrick Kelly has agreed to keynote. So of course the
great.
administrator is invited, the regional administrators as well, and Office of Capital Access, as they typically would be involved as well.
Yeah, and tell Patrick, I haven't talked to Patrick since he left the agency the first time around.
Mm-hmm.
So tell him hello, Patrick. Patrick is worth the price of admission.
He's a great speaker, great personality. I'm glad to have him back. So
one of the things Patrick and I had a conversation about, this is America East 10 years ago. And he was talking, he said, hey, I don't understand that we're willing to give college kids money to go to medical school, to go to law school in the form of a loan, but we're not giving money to people to start up their businesses. And here we are with PPP and whatever. So obviously, I'm glad to see that sentiment thriving in terms of entrepreneurs who are able to employ people and keep our economy going. What else you got on the agenda, Jennifer?
Yeah,
Whoa,
well, I was going to say that at these conferences, it will be pivotal because the training has sort of taken a back seat this year, right, with all the PPP stuff going on. So lenders have not really seen the level of training that they have come to expect year after year. So there'll be a lot of information to cover. So I definitely recommend attending one of these regional conferences if you can. It's a lot less expensive than going to, a national conference. You don't have the travel that you would have. There's enough of them that are close to you that you should be able to drive if you need to. So my next topic is Lenders Connect. So if you haven't heard of it, it is our online small business lending community. So it is just for SBA lenders and the SBA lending community, so associated vendors and partners. We have about 559 users and we're continuing to grow. The nice thing about this is that it is free for any lender that attends any of our regional conferences, other than America East. But anyone that signs up as a lender gets automatic access to this online community, which is kind of somewhere in between a LinkedIn and a Facebook, really. It's not as formal as LinkedIn, but, it's a little more business than Facebook. But yeah, lenders can go on and talk to other lenders about, what's going on today. I have this loan that's causing me some issues. Anybody have any suggestions for me? So that's kind of, the intent of it is sort of that collaboration, engagement. We have sessions monthly for managers and for all lenders. So definitely check it out if you haven't already. Smallbusinesslendersconnect.com. I have another slide after this if you want to go to it. So you can download the app. It's free under your app store, Eventfully Yours Events. So when you download that, it'll give you access to Lenders Connect. So if you're not already a member, you can definitely become a member by going to smallbusinesslendersconnect.com, get the information there. Definitely encourage you to sign up. If you're not signed up for regional,
you're pretty savvy about this stuff. I take this app to one of the conferences. What does that do for me?
Yeah, so the nice thing about this is it's one app and all of our regional conferences kind of tie into it. So once you are connected to people, say you attend the Flagle conference, you're enabled to continue those conversations all year long, with those people. It's not just I see you now and I see you again next year. So it's continuing those conversations, continuing that dialogue, and then really within and among the conferences. So if you don't get a chance to go to Great Lakes, you're still going to have that opportunity to connect because they'll also be users of Lenders Connect. So it's a bigger, broader community than, just an event by event basis. So
Jennifer, I'm upset with you. I don't see anything here. Salt Lake City is not the West Coast. So when are you coming west?
So out west, so America West, we kind of took a break from this year to kind of mitigate the risk there. Obviously, we had enough risk going on with our other conferences. But our intent is for 2022 to come back in the West and do some of those small regionals again, those 100-person more intimate gatherings, as Lance mentioned. Last time I saw him was in Denver at one of the America West. So we're intending on doing about 4 locations of those for 2022, and then potentially in 23 returning to that larger America West conference in California that we did 2 years ago.
Can I make a suggestion unsolicited?
Of course.
Don't go to Palm Springs in August.
Not in August, no.
What was it, 120 there? I don't know.
It was June.
Whatever it was hot.
It was hot. No, February. We're looking at February or so. But if you just go up to that last slide real quick, I just want to point out one thing for people on the call.
Yes, I saw. I love the Coleman report. But what's that about?
I don't want them to miss out on that. So Joseph, if you just go up one slide, anyone today that emails us to lendersconnect@eventfullyyours.com, I want to go ahead and give you a free 2-week trial to Lenders Connect. Our goal is to get as many lenders involved as possible.
Jennifer, what do you charge? What do you charge for this?
It's only $79 a year for a lender to become a member of Lenders Connect. But again, it is free if they attend a conference. So if you end up registering for a conference, we'll credit that $79 back to you and refund that. Happy to do it. Our goal is just to get as many lenders on as possible.
This is from the Jennifer fan base. Jennifer is awesome. Her conferences are always great. Tacky. So.
Thank you.
Your sister, is that?
Yeah, right. I paid her. No.
Well, very good. I'm a fan of what you do. These regional conferences are great. I take advantage of them. I know it's tough, Lance. I'm getting out there. Are you going to be speaking at Mid-America? What's your speaking schedule?
I am very hopeful to be it, and it's on my birthday. I'm going to turn 21 times 3.
21.
So it occurs on my birthday this year, and Mid-America is near and dear to my heart, as are all the conferences. And I encourage people. It's time to get back. It's time to connect.
What's nice is also usually the full staffs don't attend the national conferences, and this way you can take your staff to the regional conferences. Very reasonably priced. How much is Mid-America early bird? What do you charge?
I want to say it's around $500 right now. So it's a 2.5-day conference. 2 receptions, Lance is speaking.
Yeah.
I mean, that's worth the price right there.
So Lance is speaking, so it'll be $400 then, right?
Yeah, we're going to discount
it.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm ready for us to get back to connecting. I haven't seen Jennifer, a year and a half? And it's time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So very good. Okay. I enjoyed talking about that, but let's go to news. Katie, what percentage of forgiveness applications submitted had been approved by SBA? We sort of left out the important part, over $1 million. Who's in charge of those? Who's in charge?
Yeah, because I was going to say, if it's all of them, that's going to not be quite the right answer. So we might have thrown people off missing that section. So if they were thinking of all loans submitted, it's 94% of the loans in 2020, 59% of the loan dollar amount. But if we're talking about the loans strictly over $1 million, that's only 1% according to data that came out on Monday.
Yeah, and I know as John Riosti of American Banker said yesterday, that trade groups are they're filing Freedom of Information Act requests. They're threatening litigation. They want to see what's going on with this. So,
well, one of the challenges with the 2020 PPP loans and forgiveness is just continuing to encourage people to actually apply. There are a lot of people out there that got first round PPP loans that have not applied yet, and they need to.
Yeah, because it did. Lance, $100,000 loan, how much borrower time is in that, filling out that application?
$100,000 loan? Yeah. A few minutes. I mean, that most likely is going to be on a 3508S. Most of our good SBA citizen institutions have some sort of portal that they jump into, answer a few questions, and there's not that much effort. Even the 3508 EZs are pretty simple. The bigger 3508s take a little more effort, but the smaller loans, Bob, are quick. So
when you say bigger, give me a dollar amount.
It's, you can qualify for an EZ up to a pretty good dollar amount, but, say your $1 million plus PPP loans do require more effort on the part of the borrower, but you're 150 and under, very simple process.
And let your borrowers.
Yeah, I just did
and
mine
Lance-
yesterday. 5 minutes. it
and-
took.
Okay, 5 minutes. And how much documentation did you have to provide to the lender?
None. They just basically said, hold your documentation. It wasn't like the loan application. It was very, very easy.
Okay, let's
Well,
spread
and
the.
Jennifer brings up an excellent point, Bob. On the 3508S, the bank does not have to gather any supporting information. The borrower keeps that information.
And Lance, what is the incentive to the lender to have their borrowers do this?
The loans get forgiven and the loans come off the books for the lenders. They get money from SBA. So, I mean, there's incentive to get it done. I think there was a pause in forgiveness applications first part of the year, but every institution needs to get out and especially encourage the 2020 PPP borrowers to get it done.
Very good. What else you got for us, Katie? What's this chart show us?
Yeah, so the SBA released their charts along with their data. They are giving us data about every Monday, but the charts are kind of different and they are showing much more information. So it's kind of nice that they've released this. This particular chart is showing approximately 63% of loans have completed the forgiveness process, 54% of the total 2020 PPP volume. So it is still kind of, we're waiting on quite a few loans here. And I, of course, think some borrowers are a little bit confused about the process, but hopefully that will be going up. It doesn't seem to be going up very fast right now, though. It does look like it's, much faster than early on in the year, but it isn't probably as fast as a lot of lenders would like to see it.
But it's still trending up. It's still trending up.
It is.
And I love that number, 94% of, what was that 94% number, Katie? So 60% have completed it and 94% have been approved. Is that the deal?
Yeah, so 94% of the ones who've completed it have received forgiveness so far. So that's
over 99%.
Quite a bit, yes. And
Well,
that amount, so of those loans, 99% of the loan volume has been forgiven, which is really significant because that means a lot of these lenders don't have these large loans on their books. It's definitely helpful for them. It's going to be much smaller loans. However, looking at that chart on the bottom, it's saying the forgiven count by loan size, that more than $1 million is still at only 1% forgiven so far.
Right.
So that is a concern. It looks like they haven't processed very many of those. So that is definitely a concern there because that hasn't been processed yet.
Very good. Joseph, let's skip ahead. Let's give one of the restaurant slides. Your choice. There we go. We just want to again, our theme of staffing levels are below normal. And Katie, just the recap on that, it looks like they're well over, let's see, take fine dining, 62% of the restaurants are below normal, are over 20%. But if you look at it, the other way to look at this is 92% of staffing levels for your fine dining restaurants are below level. And perhaps that is one of the reasons why we see a lot of the legacy community anchor restaurants going out of business, Lance.
Well, that in the restaurant industry is evolving, and we've got a webinar next week that we're going to talk in depth about how and why the pandemic kind of accelerated the evolution of the restaurant industry, but it had already started prior to.
It had already started, but it really accelerated. Hey, Jennifer, it's great to see you. Happy Memorial Day. Today is U.S. Poppy Day. That's to commemorate the United States veterans and dead in World War I. So I'm a huge history person, obviously, and so today is the day for the United States. Lance, everyone have a nice Memorial Day weekend, and we'll talk to you all on Tuesday. And Paul, I'll have to hold you over. Actually, I'll answer this directly to you when we go. Thank you all for joining us today for Coleman Report Live and for supporting America's Main Street, one entrepreneur at a time.
Have a good weekend.
Bye.